Welcome back to GS with Harvey. In this video, we will discuss about the important news of the Hindu and the PIB. Let's begin. Very first news related to National Law Day, which was celebrated on 26 November, 25th to 26 November in Delhi, and this was celebrated jointly by Niti Aayog and Law Commission of India. So there is always a confusion that 26th of November is celebrated as the Constitution Day also, and also the 26th of November is celebrated as National Law Day. Why it is so? And there, the reason is that we know that on the 26th November 1949 the Constitution was only adopted. We should not forget on 26th November 1949 Constitution was adopted. But what happened in 1979, the Supreme Court Bar Association had declared the National Law Day, which was celebrated till thereafter till 2015. But in 2015, the Narendra Modi government, after taking in charge, they declared that India will celebrate November 26 as the Indian Constitution Day to embark or in the memory of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So this is the actually thing that 20 if there is a question that if why 26th of November is famous for, or why what is the day 26th of November, then the answer should be always that India celebrates National Law Day as well as its Indian Constitution Day. So this was the full news. Now as the 26th of November is celebrated as National Law Day, so we should know about the Law Commission. What is the Law Commission of India? See, the Law Commission of India is actually an executive body which was established by an order of the Government of India. Executive, if a commission is the executive body, that means that it is not formed either by the Constitution, either not formed by the not written anywhere in the Constitution. It is just passed by the executive orders or by an order of Government of India. What is its major function? The major function of Law Commission is to work for legal reforms, and their membership basically comprises of legal experts who has entrusted a mandate by the government. The the tenure of the Law Commission is fixed, and which is exactly a advisory body to the Ministry of Law and Justice. They just can advise to the Ministry of Law and Justice. So we should know about some basic facts. It was first formed in 1834. The membership consists of one chairman, one permanent member, two part-time members, two ex officio members. Till now, we have 21st Law Commission, and the chairman of 21st Law Commission is B.S. Chauhan. Now let's move to the next news. That is, center government has decided to distribute solar lamps in Maoist hit districts to the youths. This is again a very good initiative by the government of India. The Home Ministry exactly has asked the left wing extremism, which is also known as Naxalism, affected states, so that government can distribute 15 lakh solar lamps to the students in those 35 worst affected districts until all the villages are electrified. And for this, Home Minister Rajnath Singh is learned to have instructed states to expedite the process. And why the government is taking such a step? Because it has been seen that there is a reduction in the joining of the new recruits to the Naxalism or Naxalite wings. So government is thinking to give some development, boost some development products, and give some benefits to the people or youths of the Naxalites. So it has been decided that government will distribute the 15 lakh solar lamps to the 35 districts who are mostly affected by the Naxalism. Also, the government is decided to link the telecom towers with optical fibers, so that the mobile towers as the mobile towers were unable to bear the load of many calls at one time. We should look at the what are the states or districts which are mostly affected by the Naxalism. There are 35 districts. The one district in Telangana, 6 districts in Bihar. In Chhattisgarh there are 8 districts. Jharkhand 10, Madhya Pradesh 1, Maharashtra 2, Odisha 5 districts, Uttar Pradesh 1 district, and West Bengal 1 district. Let's move to the next news. The next news is related to Dandigul locks. These locks are traditionally very important, and these have their origin in Tamil Nadu, and it is known for their well crafted locks. Dandigul rocks. Dandigul Dandigul is actually a region in Tamil Nadu from, and in this region they are very famous for their well crafted locks. But the news is that it is seen that their popularity has come down, their demand has come down, and for this there are several factors. First, post GST, the taxes increased upon them. Second, the youth of the Dandigul district are not willing to take this tradition ahead. Third is the introduction of, or we can say, the Chinese locks, which are flourishing the market. So the only important thing we should know here is that the location of Dandigul and why it is famous. So Dandigul is famous for its locks, and it is in Tamil Nadu. Now let's move to next news. This is related to ASTROSAT. This is very important news. The ASTROSAT is India's first dedicated multi-wavelength space observatory. It was launched in 2015. What was this mission actually? The mission was actually to study the wider variety of wavelengths, and that too from visible light to ultraviolet and X-ray bands. The ASTROSAT is a project or is a mission which will help in understanding of our universe. It aims at understanding of our universe. Even in the X-ray band, ASTROSAT can study both low and high energy X-ray regions of the electromagnetic spectrum. And why it is so special about India? Because in world there are only few countries who have their space-based observatories, and the countries are that USA, European Space Agency, Japan, and Russia. So India is only become a fifth country who have their space observatory in space. They have their space observatory, and the name is ASTROSAT, which will study the wider variety of wavelengths from visible light to X-ray lights, and it will help in understanding the multiverse or universe. So as we can see in the picture, this is a payload which is fitted with the instruments to study the wavelengths, different wavelengths in the space. The next news is related to Rajnath Singh leaves for Russia to sign 2 pacts. Home Minister Rajnath Singh has left to Russia, and there he will sign 2 key pacts for the cooperation in tackling all the forms of terrorism and smuggling of narcotics. This visit, a 3-day visit by Home Minister in Moscow, will reinforce the bilateral relationship between the India and Russia through the exchanging of and sharing of information and their expertise and the help in combating terrorism and narcotics. So this was only a small news, but the important news here is that the important thing is that India and Russia will strengthen their bilateral ties. Let's move to next news, which is related to NCC, who commemorates its 69th Raising Day. NCC actually is, what is NCC? NCC stands for actually National Cadet Corps, and it is the Indian Military Cadet Corps, which has headquarters at New Delhi. In the schools and colleges, the students on voluntary basis they join NCC, and which grooms the youth of the country into disciplined and patriotic citizens. The NCC is also a voluntary organization which recruits cadets from high school, colleges, and universities all over India. And why it is important? The importance of NCC is that they give the basic military training in small arms and parades, and they also helps in nurturing an individual from the school level. The officers and cadets have no liability for active military service once they complete their course. But the important thing here is that they have given a certificate of excellence. Basically, the NCC has got some importance role in the recent years, just like in the Swachhata Bharat Abhiyan, NCC has done a tremendous job, and they also got a certificate of excellence by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So their raising day was on 26th of November, or we can say 27th of November. They have also played a very important role in spreading awareness during the digitization campaign and International Yoga Day. And it is also a common belief, not common belief, it is also a proven thing that if a person has a NCC certificate during their his or her school or college days, then the person is being always advantageous on a job position. So now let's move to next news, which is related to Press Council of India. What is the Press Council of India? The Press Council of India is a body which acts as a watchdog of the press. It acts as a watchdog of the press. It is basically a statutory body, and it basically governs the conduct of print media. So if a question is asked, who is the governing body or who is the watchdog of print media, or I say who is the watchdog of electronic media, then the answer should not be the Press Council of India, because Press Council of India is only the governing body of print media. We should not forget this. Print media and electronic media are two different things. So Press Council of Media is a statutory body, and it is a quasi judicial body which also acts as a watchdog, as I discussed earlier. And what is a quasi judicial body? Quasi judicial bodies are such institutions which have power of enforcement of law but are not courts. I repeat once again, quasi judicial bodies are such institutions which have power of enforcement of law. They can enforce the law, but they're actually not courts. Law of courts. So this kind of body is known as quasi judicial body. And the power of quasi judicial bodies are they can inquire, they can investigate someone, and award legal penalties to any administrative agency. The Press Council of India is regarded as one of the most important bodies that sustains the Indian democracy, because it has supreme power in regard to the media, to ensure the freedom of speech is maintained or not. However, it is also empowered to hold hearings on receipt of complaints, and it can also take suitable action wherever appropriate. So this was all about the news of 27th of November. Thank you for listening. Thanks.